Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video, we're going to be looking at some of the stuff NECA showed at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, most of these photos are from toyark.com. There'll be a link in the description below. I couldn't go, so I just grabbed these photos from their website so that we could talk about what was shown. And if you guys want to check it out, obviously there will be a link. You can go see their website and see all their photos, because credit all goes to them. First thing is a new Ninja Turtles figure, which is Leatherhead, and it looks pretty cool. The other ones we already saw before, he was on display with them, and it looks nice all together. I'm not sure how necessary these guys are. I mean, Slash is pretty cool, but the other ones, I'm wondering how much people are going to really be into buying them. I'll get them because why not? What the heck? But I wonder. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are these other animated / video game versions of these characters worth picking up to you? Let me know. We also got to see a few other things which may or may not be interesting to you. We have a couple different versions of Crash Bandicoot. We have a jetpack one and one with scuba gear. Is this something people need? I don't know. They look like they're made really well. I'm not knocking NECA for it. I'm just curious what the general audience thinks about these things. Is Crash Bandicoot that big of a franchise that you need different versions of the character? Let me know. But yeah, we have the scuba one, we have the rocket one, and then we also have the skateboard, hoverboard type version of one. So you're gonna end up, at least as of right now, with 4 different Crash Bandicoot figures if you buy all of them. And the main figure itself is mostly the same, so I'm very curious. I never played Crash Bandicoot games. I will be reviewing the figure at some point soon, hopefully, but I just don't know, so I'm curious what you guys think about this. Next up, we have the new version of Kratos, which is the Ultimate Kratos and Boy 2-pack, which comes with his son, a yelling face, and a bunch of different accessories. This is already available for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. There's a link in the description for that if you're interested. But it comes with the different weapons and the kid and like a fireball and the yelly face. No normal face though, so some people are going to be kind of bummed out about that, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty cool pack. They also showed some Kenner-inspired Terminator figures. This one in particular is my favorite because I did have the original figure of this with that purple shirt underneath. He's got a couple interchangeable arms, the torn up face, the purple shirt, and the black vest. Oh man, I am psyched for this. It brings back all the feels and all the fun memories of playing with that figure as a kid, so bring it on. These Kenner figures are going to be pretty cool. Or at least this one. Because the next one, I don't know anything about it. It's a T1000 that's like blue, and I guess it color changes or something. I don't know what that's about. It looks kind of cool. I think some people are going to like it, but I can't comment on it. They also showed this goldish, bronzish T800, which looks fantastic. I'm guessing this was just a repaint they made back in the day to sell toys like they always did, and still do in some cases, but it looks really, really cool. I like it a whole bunch. I don't have any connection to it like I do the purple shirt Terminator, but still really cool overall, so I may get it. Looks nice. I don't have any T800s actually that are not Arnold. Next up is John Connor, which I did have the figure of this. He came with his little motorcycle thingy, and I mean, I don't really need an Edward Furlong figure, but what the heck, John Connor I could do with, so why not? For Terminator 2, which is obviously the best movie in the franchise, might as well build out the team. So it looks really good actually. It as far as I can remember, it's highly accurate, so that's kind of a nice addition to the collection. They showed some Alien Resurrection stuff, which is, again, clearly the best entry to the franchise. I couldn't say it without laughing. But here you have Ripley in her Michael Jackson outfit. Man, that's such a weird thing. I'm very curious if people are going to buy Alien Resurrection stuff, because it was just such a good movie. Such a good movie. Ripley looks okay, though. I mean, it's a prototype, but it still looks okay. Then they also showed the baby xenomorph with the skull face and the weird stomach. I can't see people buying these. I mean, I guess the hardcore Alien fans are going to get them, but is anybody else? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like I said, we're here to discuss this stuff. It looks like a really good sculpt, like NECA always does, but Alien Resurrection is not a movie I ever wanted figures from. Except for maybe Ron Perlman, because Ron Perlman. I will be fair though and say that this Xenomorph looks really good. It's maybe one of my favorite Xenomorph designs, so I'm kind of excited for this, and then I will be making myself a liar in that I want a figure from Alien Resurrection. But it doesn't really count, because all the Xenos, they're all kind of like, they're all fair game, because they're all so similar. Mostly. Kind of. Okay, I'm making excuses because it's from Alien Resurrection and I want it. Give me a break. They showed the new Predator, which looks really, really nice. This guy's got a lot more armor on him than most of the Predators we've seen, so fingers crossed the movie does well and is actually a good movie, because, I mean, I'm gonna get the figure anyway, but I would be much more happy about getting the figure if it's from a movie that I actually really like. They showed it with both the helmet on, or face mask. I know some people get mad when I call it a helmet, and then also with it off, and I'm a big sucker for the Predators with their face masks off, just because of the amount of detail NECA packs in there. It's always fun to add that to the collection. Some of the Predators have that kind of pinched eye syndrome where their eyes look really close together, and some don't. It doesn't stand out quite as much. This guy looks like he might have that going on a little bit, but I don't mind. I know a lot of you Predator fans it probably doesn't bother you at all, but it's just always kind of stood out to me how on some of them, it looks like their eyes are just a little bit too close. But we'll see. That's not NECA's issue, that's a Predator issue in general, so I can't complain about that. It still looks fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, they also showed the new one, which is the big badass Predator, which we don't really know a ton about, but obviously it's not painted. But look at that sculpt. I can't wait for this, guys. It looks so cool, so awesome, and I hope that the big badass Predator is actually a really cool feature in the movie, as opposed to just some crazy gimmick. I don't like gimmicks in my movies. Hopefully the articulation's really good in this guy. As of right now, we don't see any shoulder or bicep articulation. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out, but the sculpt is just nuts. It looks like he's got different articulation in the elbow than normal too, so I don't know if this is going to be like a regular figure or it's just like a really early prototype and so things are different or what, but we'll have to wait and see, but it does look really, really nice. Unfortunately for the quarter scale Ninja Turtles, we did not get to see Shredder, but they did show us the Foot Clan, and there's a weapons rack accessory. You can kind of see it peeking there. I didn't figure there was any point in showing you that. It's just a rack of miniature weapons. But the Foot Clan guy does look pretty good. You can see the scale there in that first image, and in the second image too, but it looks pretty good. I don't have really too many complaints about it. I'm a little worried about the sculpt work around the shoulders. It makes them look a little bit like the shoulders are dislocated. I don't remember it being like that, but maybe it was and it's okay. And then the only other thing I can think of is his hands look really, really tiny. Other than that, I'm pretty excited to add these to the collection. They look pretty good. I really was looking forward to seeing Shredder. The Foot are fine. Obviously, it's nice to have the Foot Clan, but at quarter scale, it's a lot less important to have unnamed characters because they take up a lot of space. So I'm curious what you guys think about getting the Foot Clan for this scale, or just maybe down the road once they're down into the smaller scale. Let me know what you think. And then lastly, speaking of big scales, they did show that giant, like 3 foot tall or whatever it was, 4 foot tall, I can't remember now, Deadpool. I don't think that's available for sale anywhere yet, but it still is interesting that it exists, and hopefully I'll get to review it. I don't know if I'll be able to afford it, but maybe, just maybe, they'll send me a review sample and I'll get to show it to you guys, and then use the carpool lane. So that's it for the photos, guys. Let me know what you think about these releases. Which ones excite you the most? Which ones aren't you going to get? And what do you think about all those things I asked you about? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up almost every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.